Dear students, today I am talking about the next part of stereochemistry of disubstituted cyclohexane. In this slide share that what are the things we have already completed, that is 1,1 disubstituted cyclohexane that we have already completed, 1,2 disubstituted cyclohexane. Among that we have already completed 1,2 dimethyl cyclohexane and 1,3 dimethyl cyclohexane. Now in this video, I am going to talk about the 1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane, and among that the first compound that we are going to discuss is cis-1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane. Now in cis-1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane, what you have to do first of all, you draw the planar structure of 6-membered ring, that is cyclohexane. Then go for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then select the number on which number there is a substituent. So number 1 and 4. So number 1 and 4 there is a substituent, that is methyl group. And again now next what you have to see, what is the geometry given. So the geometry is cis. So both the bonds, either they are wedged, both the bonds are wedged, then it is cis. If both the bonds are dotted, then again it is a cis. So representation of cis-1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane, either this way, that is both the methyl groups are wedged, or this one, that is both the methyl groups are dotted. Now we have to draw this same in a chair conformer. As you know, the chair conformer is more stable conformer rather than the planar conformer. So always remember how to draw the ring. So first you write down the 5-6 bond and 3-2 bond, that in the parallel line, and then you complete the head of the chair, that is number 1, and the tail of the chair, that is number 4. Once you complete the drawing of a chair conformer, then your duty is to number the carbon, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Always remember number 1 that you keep at the head of the chair. Now what is the requirement of a at number 1? Which are the two bonds available? This upper bond, that is the beta bond available, and another is the alpha bond, which is available at number 1. So what type of bond we require? We require a wedge bond for the placement of methyl group. So wedge bond, that means going in the upper direction. So what we have to call this bond is? This bond is axial, right? So this is a axial bond, as well as what? This is a, the bond is going in upper direction, so I call it is a beta bond. So this bond is, this hydrogen is now at equatorial position, and this bond is, we call, as it is going in a downward direction, so I call it is a alpha bond. Now at number 4 position, what is the requirement? Again the bond has to face in the upper direction. So this bond is facing in the upper direction. Now this bond is equatorial, and at the same time it is facing in upper direction, so it is a beta bond. Now this hydrogen is facing in a downward direction, so it is a alpha, and as well as it is a axial bond. So what you have to, at the end, what you have to do? You have to name the conformer. So at number 1 position, methyl group is axial, so write down A for that. At number 4 position, the methyl group is equatorial, so write down the number, write down there E. Now, this is the ball and stick model of cis-1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane. Now, this is number 1 carbon, where you are having a methyl group which is a axial. So, this is the axial methyl group, as it is going in upper direction, so it is beta also. So, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and this one is number 4. So, fourth carbon having a equatorial group. Now you can see both the groups are facing in upward direction, so we call this conformer as a cis conformer, and as this bond is going in upper direction, so this is beta bond. This one is again a beta, and this is also beta. Now, as I already explained, if you draw one chair, don't forget to draw the flip structure of the chair. So after flipping, what are the changes after flipping? That number 1 you have to get it down, and number 4 you have to do in a you have to face it in a upper direction. Now after doing this, what happens? That now look at the number 1 methyl group. Number 1 methyl group is now a equatorial, but it remains beta, and number 4, it is originally equatorial, now it changes to axial. So this is axial. At the same time, it is beta facing in a upper direction. So due to flipping, axial changes to equatorial, equatorial changes to axial. So what is the name of this conformer? At number 1 position, the group is equatorial. So equatorial. Number 4 position, it is axial. So this conformer is equatorial axial. Now look at the ball and stick model of this conformer. Now this part is the part which is going in upper direction. This is the upper direction part, that now it is going in the downward direction. So this is number 1, this is number 2, this one is number 3, and this is now number 4. So originally it is axial, now it changes to equatorial. So you can see that it converts to equatorial. Now this one is equatorial, and now you can see this changes to axial. So this conformer is EA. Now you can see there is one axial bond and one equatorial bond in both the structure. Therefore, the what you have to say, that both these are the in equilibrium, that is both are equally populated and they have the same energy. Now we go for the energy calculation. So methyl group is axial. If a methyl group is axial, then there are how many types of butane-Gauge interaction? Then there are the two butane-Gauge interactions. So which are those? So first butane-Gauge interaction is this, that is the methyl, then thus 1 carbon, 6 carbon, and 5th carbon axial hydrogen. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 carbon is butane, and this axial hydrogen and this methyl group causing interaction. So this is first butane-Gauge interaction. The second butane-Gauge interaction is again at number 1 methyl group, then second carbon, third carbon, and third carbon axial proton causing the interaction with this methyl group. So this is another butane-Gauge interaction. So how many total butane-Gauge interactions are there? 2 butane-Gauge interactions. Now, what are the another interactions present in this case? So another interaction is that CH3, these two CH3 groups, the relation between these two CH3 group is 1,4 relation, and you can see they are far away from each other, therefore they never interact with each other. So 1,4, if the substituents are present at 1,4 position, then the energy regarding with these two group is taken as 0. So now look at the energy calculation. C1CH3 group is axial. So 2 butane-Gauge interaction, 2 into 0.9. So it is 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. C4CH3 is equatorial. So no butane-Gauge interaction. So energy is 0. C1CH3 and C4CH3, that is 1,4-AE. There is again no interaction. So energy is again 0. So total energy of this molecule is 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. So total energy of this molecule is 1.8 kilocalorie per mole, right? So the final next part we have to talk about the optical activity of this molecule. Now look at, for optical activity, first question you have to ask to the molecule, that is there any chirality center? So is there any chirality center? Check for it. Now look at the ball and stick model. That is, this number 1 carbon, this is number 2 carbon, this is number 3 carbon, and this one is number 4, and this is 5, and this one is 6. So look at for C1 methyl group. Now which are the 4 different, whether the 4 different groups are present or not. So this is number 1 group. This is the another hydrogen which is present at equatorial position is number 2. So these are the 2 different groups. Now let us go for the next group, whether the groups are same or different. So look at this group is CH2, this group is again a CH2. So here is also CH2 and here is also CH2. So what we have to do? Now we have to go for the next link. Again there is a CH2 group. Again here is also a CH2 group. So again we go with the next linkage. Now in next linkage there is a CH3 group, and from this side the same linkage CH3, indicating what? This bond and this bond are identical, right? They are identical. So if they are identical, then can we say there is a presence of 4 different groups? No, there is absence of chirality center. So in other words, what we have to talk here, there is a now C1 methyl group and C4 methyl group, that is C1 carbon and C4 carbon, they are not asymmetric carbon. So if they are not asymmetric, so what we have to say, there is a absence of asymmetric center. So we can look at here, there is an absence of asymmetric center. If asymmetric center is absent, automatically the compound is optically inactive. So compound is optically inactive. So whatever we have written over here, presence of plane of symmetry, that is plane passing through 1 and 4. So that condition, again you can see, if you pass the plane from 1 and 4 position, then again the compound cuts into a 2 equal half portion. Therefore we call it is a presence of plane of symmetry. So overall what, there is a absence of chirality center, hence because of that the compound is optically inactive. So cis 1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane is optically inactive. For this, the same reference book, go through the stereochemistry of carbon compounds by E.L. Ely.